Hey, good people, how are you doing today? Hope everybody's good. Hope your families are good and you're all staying safe in these times. Please, folks, don't forget to hit that like, hit that subscription button, hit that notification bell so that you can get notified when I upload a video. Today's topic is on xenophobia. Xenophobia. Or a xenophobe if you express dislike or prejudice against people from other countries. At the end of this video, I am going to share a video of Julius Malema and make him tell you about the parts. Yes, folks, Julius Malema is the leader of the EFF, Economic Freedom Fighters of South Africa, a party that was started, I think, in 2013, about 70 years ago. And he's making a lot of noise and he's going really hard against the ANC and the other white-run parties in South Africa. He doesn't mince words and he's strong and unapologetic about his blackness and his support for black people. Anyway, folks, just look him up on YouTube, look up the EFF, look up Julius Malema, Floyd Shivambu, or his former spokesperson, Dr. Ndlozi. So, folks, last year there was a situation in South Africa where South Africans were actually attacking other Africans who were in South Africa from Zimbabwe or other African countries, and calling them foreigners. I don't think anybody should be calling other Africans foreigners in any African country. And part of this xenophobic thing stems from self-hate. Self-hate is a thing that I think is rampant in the African diaspora, black people in general, all across this world. And it kind of has to do with all the negative images that we have been seeing for centuries. All the stuff that are black are always bad. So I think we attribute ourselves to those bad things mentally without even thinking about it. So it's in our subconscious, and the people who did that to us understand what they were doing by planting those seeds, right? That's why image is very, very important, and I think we underestimate the importance of the images that we see. If you're a black person, you should not be comfortable seeing another black body lying on the street. That stuff should make you go up the wall. You should not be comfortable watching those videos of another black person shooting another black person. It shouldn't happen. Even if you have the justification for harming another black person, it should bother you. It should bother you that you have to do that. I don't know why South Africans would forget that it was the Zimbabwean people who helped them out during the time of those wicked apartheid system times. If we are to survive, people, we have to get to the point where we love ourselves more than we love everybody else. Think about it. If you love yourself that much that you see yourself in another person that looks like you, then how is it that you're going to hurt that person? You're going to think twice about hurting that person. So self-love, love for self, is crucial in our survival going forward. What I can't understand is that in South Africa, you have the white folks owning 80% of the land, according to Julius Malema, and you have Chinese people there and Indians who owns a lot of the businesses, yet you are beating up Zimbabweans and Nigerians because they're in your country trying to make a living. I was trying to find an image to use on this thing, but I refuse to use those images of black people being beaten in the streets. I didn't see one Chinese or Indian or white people. I'm not saying that should happen. I'm just saying, how come it is always only the black person that is getting beat up in the streets, while they're not the only ones who are there illegally, who don't have documents? Why don't you go after the other people also? And here we get back to the self-love. Self-love is the key. We've been told to love everybody else. We've been shown these images that everybody else is better than us. So that's why we end up in a situation where we find it so easy to hurt ourselves and let others get away with murder against us, our brothers and our sisters. And if you notice, the mainstream media, they will put all the videos, the negative videos, showing tires burning and people with machetes and sticks, but they won't show you the Africans who are united with the stop xenophobia signs, right? The people who are denouncing it. The people who are denouncing it will not be on the media. There were thousands of people in the streets with signs saying, stand against xenophobia. In diversity lies our unity, right? Stand against racism. There were people there, but you won't see those in the mainstream because of the agenda, which is sad, really. Here's a video of Muhammad Ali talking about the images that black people see in the media, and those images has an impact.
The black man has been brainwashed, and it's time for him to learn something about himself. When he look at television, he see White House cigars, White Swan soap, King White soap, White Rain hair rinse, White Tornado flow wax, White Plus toothpaste. They taught him when he was a little boy that Mary had little and his feet as white as snow. Then they taught him about Snow White. Then there's the White House. When he look at television, he see these two cars, one black, one white, and they put a gallon of gas in each one to see which car can go the farthest. And every time the black car stops first and the white car keeps going. So this brainwashes the Negro, see? Then he goes to the drugstore, he orders 2 dips ice cream. He said, I want a dip of chocolate, dip of vanilla. And every time they put the chocolate on the bottom and the vanilla on the top. When the so-called Negro, the way the educational system has been outlined, he's been brainwashed. He needs to learn something about black. So when he goes to the grocery store, he goes get cake. He sees the angel food cake is the white cake, and the devil food cake is the chocolate cake. Everything bad is black. So he's been brainwashed. So now he needs to be taught something about himself so he can be proud and quit worrying you and pushing you out of your neighborhoods, quit running your daughter, and quit chasing you out of your schools. And every day you got a headache with this Negro that has been brainwashed by your kind. So now it's our job to re-brainwash him, to teach him that rich dirt is black dirt. Don't feel bad. Strong coffee is black coffee. You understand? You make your wheat be integrated. So now he feels proud. Now he's not begging no more. Now he wants to be himself. He's not worrying you no more. So he needs some black history, and he needs some black culture, so he'll know who he is and be proud to be who he is and quit worrying you so much.
Now here's Julius Malema passionately talking about the issue of xenophobia in South Africa. Watch the video, folks, and let me know what you think. Drop me a comment at the end of the video and share your thoughts with me. Have you experienced any of this xenophobia stuff? And do you think it's wrong, right, or whatever you think? Let me know so we can have that discussion.
It's wrong. Crime is crime. Let's deal with it as crime. When it is a white person in South Africa, undocumented, he's called an investor. Not only a white person, including Indians and Chinese. These Guptas didn't have proper papers here. These Guptas didn't have proper papers. No one dared called them Kwerekweres. No one. But if it was my African brothers, we're going to be called Kwerekweres because they don't have papers. Self-hate. It must come to an end. If it means making the EFF lose votes for that, let it lose votes. Lose votes on principle. Not on political expediency of wanting to appeal. This country belongs to Africans in the same way Nigeria belongs to South Africans. Nigeria is South Africa, South Africa is Nigeria. We are Zimbabweans. We need to do away with this nonsensical idea that was imposed on us by colonizers, by Theresa May ancestors. that we must dislike each other. We must do away with that. Theresa May is coming here to make sure that we continue to hate each other. Look at what we are doing now. We are reclaiming our land in South Africa, saying our people must get the land, inspired by our brothers in Zimbabwe. Namibia is following. Let the whole of African continent follow and reclaim our land. That's how we are going to gain our independence. And through the ownership of the continental land, we shall then have a true one South Africa. We are unable to unite because we are divided along colonial lines, Francophones and Anglophones. We need to do away with that. We need to love our African brothers in America when they are being slaughtered, in London when they are being slaughtered. They need to know that we love them here in South Africa. They remain our brothers. Love each other everywhere else where you find one another. Protect each other. I'm not going to be part of stoning my own brother. Stone an own brother. And then going from the car and say these people are selling drugs, and then you steal things from them, and then I must come and join that. I'm not going to do that. Someone says on Twitter, no, leave this thing, we want you to be president, this thing is going to cause votes. I'm like, you can go with those things for president. I must be a president of thugs, of criminals who beat up people. When you are done with Nigerians, when you are done with Mozambicans and Zimbabweans and Zambians, you are going to go for Shangans from Guyana. I have to stop you now before you come to me. Now some of us can't even talk your language. They are going to ask us to make certain pronouncements in their language, and we can't pronounce a Wow. Back to Limpopo. We are going to be victims. Celebrate and be happy, and say the nonsense you are saying about foreigners and Nigerians. Go on. When they are done, they are coming for you. They are going to say, no, the reason we don't have jobs here is because of these Zulus. They must go back to Natal. We don't have jobs here is this Xhosas. They must go back to Eastern Cape. We don't have jobs here. It is this Pedis here. It is these vendors. Back. Because there will be no foreigner to fight. But poverty will remain. Hunger will remain. The inequality will remain. I said the other time, bring all the buses. Let's put all these Nigerians and Zimbabweans in buses. Let's take them back. And let's see if you'll get an employment tomorrow.